We start with bone dry greenware, which is porous. So all the water, the physical water, has evaporated from the clay body. Then we put it into the bisque, and all of those particles sinter together, and it remains porous through the bisque firing. But as the temperature goes up, more of the particles, like the fluxes in the clay body, start to melt. Um, and everything, eventually, once we get to our glaze firing temperature, everything is vitrified, which means that it has zero porosity. And so it goes from being very porous to not porous at all. And so the higher your bisque temperature is, the less porous your bisque will be. So porosity goes down as bisque temperature goes up. I don't recommend changing your bisque temperature unless, there isn't really a correct bisque temperature. You could be bisque firing to 08, 06, 04. Generally, 04 is, for the average clay body, that's on the high side for bisque temperature, but it's also a very common bisque temperature. But if you're having issues where your glazes are taking forever to dry, or because your bisque is becoming saturated with water too quickly, then you may consider lowering your bisque temperature. Just know that that's going to kind of affect the way your glaze applies to all your pots. Lowering by one cone isn't going to make a huge difference. So going from 04 to 05, you could test that out and see if that helps. I was firing my porcelain that I was just talking about to 04, because when I was in school, we were bisque firing to 04. And I just continued that, and then I switched to 06. Once I understood how bisque temperature relates to the glazing process, then I lowered my bisque temperature to 06, which helped with my thin porcelain pieces.